Live again. Oh, I'm so excited. It's Wednesday already. I'm so excited to see you guys again. I just have to get rid of this banner. I always forget how to get rid of it. There's so many buttons. It's so good to see you guys. Going to have a great show. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Hopefully my sound effects are working. Yeah, it's working. Who do we have on today? Oh, we got Bruce Rogat. I'm so excited to see you on here. Bill Stanley. John Hayes all the way over in Ireland. My best friend in Ireland. How is it over there? Is it same temperature here, right? In New York, same thing. Miserable. Lucy Brenton's here. Where's Dorn? Are you guys sharing your accounts today? You're going to have separate ones. Yeah, we got a good one today. I hope you guys have good. I'm glad to hear that it's loud and clear. We got some great stories today, great things to share. Ed, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Super appreciate it. We got Les Mark here. Always good to see you. Oh, we got Mark Williams. Fred Allison. You got the whole crowd here today. Whole crowd. I was going to make a big, long presentation or something, but I didn't have time, so I just wrote some notes and I put a few things up on here. We're going to have some great discussion. We're going to talk about some tough times in business. We've all had them. Nothing to be ashamed about. We can look back and laugh at them. Some tough times, tough things that you've had to do to overcome a business obstacle, keep yourself afloat. Maybe your business was in danger of being shut down, or you had to go belly up. It's scary to think of these statistics. I mean, the odds really are stacked against you. It's amazing anyone even goes into business. They're so stacked against us. It's so easy to start one too. It's like a crack addict or something. It's so easy to get on the pipe. It's hard to get off it. Don't you guys? I'll like answer and you'll be like, I'm on Lucy's account. Michelle Klozik is here. Thank you for joining, Michelle. I got a good story to share of yours. You'll appreciate this. Michelle had me laughing so hard the other day. Oh, Tony Joseph is here. Good to see you all the way over there in sunny California. Sunny California. Arnell Levy's here. Arnell, I'm waiting for them big postcard deals. I'm waiting for another one. You got me hooked on them. Then I don't hear from you. 77 in Florida. That's a shame. You should Floridian. You can have that flatland alligators. I heard you can't even swim in the ponds in Florida. You can't even go in them. They'll get you. Freaking jellyfish. Did you guys get the EDDM guide? Did you guys get that I put out, the fulfillment guide? I got a lot of good feedback on that. If you didn't, you'll have to get with me later because I don't have the link offhand. I'm not that well prepared. But it's a step-by-step EDDM fulfillment guide for any of you that want to tackle an EDDM on your own. We're doing, I don't know, how many EDDMs we have today? 6, 7?
About there, yeah.
Gotta get them done before 4, before that UPS guy comes. Oh, good. Felicia got it. Appreciate that. Also, Michelle, I had someone call me today locally. They found me on YouTube, but they call me locally. But they're actually excited to see you talk at the thing you're doing, the young business entrepreneur thing. It's so funny. Oh my God, so much to bring up here. So much to bring up. Oh, I wanted to mention this here. You guys will get a kick out of this if you don't know this. I haven't talked about this in a while. Let me put this on here before we start talking about the stories. Ow. I wonder if you guys can guess this. How is the largest personal life insurance policy ever sold? It was sold in 2014. I think it was $200 million. It's a couple $1 million a year policy or something. It's the largest one ever. I believe it's still the largest one. How was it sold? Can anyone guess that? Largest life insurance policy ever sold. How was it sold? I wonder if anyone knows. Yeah, it was really funny. She was all pumped up. She's got a really good business. I can tell you. Well, she'll tell you about it. She's all excited to talk to you. She actually told me, I get a call today I get a call today from you. Someone sees me on YouTube. And she calls this morning. I call them back. I call everyone back if I don't answer right away. And she says, Jake, you're such a, she goes, how are business? And she goes, I can't believe you're local to me. I live here. I moved here from New Jersey. I can't believe you're local to me. She goes, I'm watching you on YouTube. She goes, how are businesses closing here? How are they closing when they have this gem of a person? She goes, I'm sitting here taking notes. They have a gem of a person here and the businesses are closing. How are they closing? They don't know you're around. I thought that was funny. Oh, you just listened to the podcast. Nice. You're going through the podcast. Don't say yes. Well, it was a letter, but we'll say it was direct mail. It was direct mail. It was actually sold by direct mail. And the story is really good. It's a little bit hazy because it's been a little while, but it's a really interesting story. This guy, Dovey Francis, was like I think he lost his job in the recession or something as like a junior banker out of college or somebody. He figured direct mail would work because it was something no one else was doing. He's trying to sell these life insurance policies, and he literally sends a letter to, like, I think he pulls a list of just the wealthiest people in California. It was in California. He's like near him, and he's like the wealthiest people, like 10. If I recall right, he got a list of people who had incomes of 10 million or net worth of $10 million up, and he just sent a letter. And someone calls him at it was like 11 p.m. at night. The butler thought it looked like it was something important, gave it to the rich guy. And the rich guy, the billionaire opens it up. It was like 11 p.m. at night, and he calls. And if I recall right, his thinking was that if I call this guy and he answers, this is someone I want to do business with. He's like, if I'm going to call this guy at 11 p.m. at night, that's someone I want to do. And he answers, and he did. And the insurance guy's answered. And I think he said, can you come down here now? And he went at some crazy time and drove down to the guy's house and sold him the largest life insurance policy ever sold in history. That's how it went. And then he ended up going in partners with them in all sorts of business. It was a good relationship, but I thought it was hilarious. And it's just a testament to direct mail in general, but just finding creative ways to reach people, to do whatever you've got to do in a way that other people aren't doing it. If everyone is doing something, you have to do it, find a different way of doing it. It's crazy. Yeah. Tech billionaire. They thought it was like Dell or something. I get speculation. Yes. Guinness World Book of Records, the best coast. And you must be on the East Coast. Get out of there. San Diego. I got to make it out there someday. Good to see you, Rich. Yeah, because none would take on one thing, right? They wouldn't take the one policy. They wouldn't want to raise. They had to be underwritten by a ton of them. It's amazing. Doug, good to see you. I want to hear. Wait, am I saying? No, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to say before we start talking stories here. No, I did want to mention though, answering the phone. I get a lot of business because I answer the phone. And if I can't answer the phone, I will call people right back. But I text, I put it up on my YouTube. I get called constantly and I answer. If I don't answer, I call them right back. And a lot of people are surprised that you answer. Even there's business owners, other business owners, you're answering. Sometimes it's hard. They need an answer. Someone calling. No, that's Ring. Someone is, turn that off so it doesn't interrupt me. Business owner, if you're working with business owners, they're busy people. If you're a business owner, you know how busy you can be. Sometimes you just have to call. Tim Black probably watching this and probably is harassing me all day. Love you, Tim Black. Don't worry. But sometimes you just have to call. Whoever you're doing business with, you need to call them. Even a text is helpful, but sometimes you just need to call. And marketers, some of you guys are so scared to talk on a phone. You got to do everything faceless and over email. Just pick up, talk to these people. Business owners love that. We love when we can just call people. I have vendors I do business with. Yes, I can email them, I can text them, and it's convenient. But there's times you just need to pick up the phone and get a quick answer, or something. The shit hit the fan. I'm sorry for the bad word. it hit the fan, and you've got to get an answer right away. And you want to count on people that will answer. That means those people may have higher prices. They may not be the cheapest place in town, but you will still do business with them because of that customer service. And marketers, I know we get scared that we're going to have to talk to the big bad business owner and stuff, or we're scared that we're not the cheapest person in town. To most business owners, they just want to do business with someone that's reliable, that's there for them, that takes care of things. So they don't have to, it's not another thing on their plate, and they don't mind paying extra for that. So it's just a little tip for today. Do not be afraid to pick up that phone. You will find like real estate agents. I know a lot of you that watch here are real estate agents. I'm sure if you are a successful real estate agent, probably one of the distinguishing factors is that the better ones are constantly on the phone. They will pick up the phone. They will answer at all times of night. They will call a million people back. They will be on the phone constantly talking to people. It's just a necessary part of doing business. I know it sucks having to do that sometimes, but you have to do what it takes to get stuff done. So don't be afraid to answer the phone. You can't automate everything. You can't build a chat bot and an SEO thing that answers your calls and sends people to a landing page so that then they can scan a QR code and send something over into your mobile app you built so that you can communicate that way. But it's phones, text, email. It goes a long ways. I'm just saying. My tip is to download did you download the EDM step-by-step guide that I just did? I'm so proud of you, by the way, for your first EDM. Follow the guide. If you didn't, shoot me an email or someone maybe give you the link. Reach out to me, or many of us in here. Make sure it's a bad word. Not in America, it's a bad word. I think you could go in other countries in Europe and they say all the bad words. It's not a bad word. The poop. Let me put this banner up here. Battery died. Yeah. Battery died.
Love that.
Unbelievable. It's when it's going live, it sucks out. It sucks battery. Crazy.
Jesus.
I have to run a flash. This has to get on that charger again, down on the floor back there.
Over here?
Unbelievable. Freaking battery. Battery dying. Sorry about that. No, in the back office, there's
okay.
on the floor, there's a charger.
I'll pick it back and
Freaking battery died. Sorry about that. Let's see. Better go back on there. That's okay, Earl. Palm Springs. I am a little bit jealous of you Californians during this time of year. Mark says I had a side hustle tax consulting business for years. Went from 0 clients to 115 clients in 2 years of postcards. And I answered the phone or returned calls within 30 minutes. Absolutely right. Right on direct mail or whatever advertising you're doing. It can't do all the work for you. I'm going to bring up realtors again. I know with direct mail and realtors, real estate, you could get people, like you could send mailers out and people will call and there's realtors don't answer or they don't, or they wait time, they take time. And the more time you take to answer back, they're not hot anymore. These leads get less and they turn colder. They move on. They talk to another realtor. They're not as interested at that moment. You got to capture people right when they're hot. Same with reviews. Scott Meiser's review card. Brilliant. Get a review as soon as you deliver the service, as soon as someone's happy, that's when you get them to leave a review. No, you can apply this to any business. As soon as you deliver the service, they're happy. You quoted something, the deal's done. They're the happiest. They're willing to do whatever for you. Get the review then. The further you wait, same with phone, with calling on the phone, further you wait, the less hot they are. That's awesome, Mark. That is very inspirational because you picked up that freaking phone. Okay, good to see you though. I'll give you that guide. I hope your wife is better. I hope she gets better soon. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. It's the worst. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not do it. John says when I opened my first shop, I had the printing brokerage, okay, but need to find something else to sell in order to cover the rent. Oh, this is such a good thing. Any of us veteran business owners, we know you can't just start paying your bills, your personal expenses. You may not even be able to pay your mortgage or none of that out of your business for a while. So it's better to have a side, because that money, you want to put that money back into your business. You want to take that money and just reinvest it back. You don't want to be taking money out of your business that you make and paying your personal freaking expenses. You'll tank, that business will tank. So you need something on the side. That could be Uber driving. That could be DoorDash. That could be delivering pizzas. That could be working a side job, whatever. You need to do something on the job, or doing a 9x12 card, or doing a 6.5x12, or something to generate cash while you fund your business, your main business venture. It takes the stress away. Your bills are at least paid. You can focus your attention on your business and not worry about cutting its own throat. Fucking terrible. Businesses die all the time because they can't sustain themselves when you're taking money out of the business. I didn't even no financial buffer, needed stock badly, office supplies. John runs a super successful business over there in Ireland. He stocked office supplies was the most logical thing I could think of. And I'm going to read you now. Anyway, I approached a wholesale distributor by and offered him 10% above his normal. Oh, nice. Wow. Look at that. I hope you guys read that. This is exactly the type of creative thinking and problem solving that's if it has not come your way already, it's going to come your way. You're in business. You're going to be faced with these insurmountable odds, problems that you can't see. They look like it's the end of everything. Looks like the absolute end. And your friends don't understand it. They see you running a business. They think you're successful. No one will understand. Maybe your spouse will see it. Maybe you can't even express it to your kids. You're seeing your kids. You don't want to make sure you're not putting that stress on them. And you have to think of these creative ways, or you shouldn't be in business. This is part of being in business. And honestly, after a while, it's exciting. It's fun to think about these things in the past because they made you who you are. It shaped who you are. And I bet, John, you would never give that experience up. When these bad things happen, these bad times happen, if you overcame them, you would never erase that. You're glad that it happened because it made you a better business person afterwards. That is a great story. What a great hustle. Had a customer that wasn't paying $5,000. Oh, those will hurt. Sit outside with the signs. Oh my God, that's a really good one. Earl Carmen said he had a customer that owed him $5,000. So he stood outside with a sign that said he doesn't pay his bills, and he paid that day. Now that's a good way to do it. I like that. That's so smart. We ended up with a range of batteries, lamps, to start from there. Very cool. I ended up turning over $3.5 million. Amazing. That's what it takes to be in business. You got to be creative. Where's freaking Michelle? I want to show Michelle Klosik. Michelle Klosik is my friend locally. She owns a whole block of bars, 3 bars. But there's a fantastic story that she shared with me. She said I'm probably going to get it wrong, but the security guard. Okay, so you got to have security guards, right? So the people don't get killed, or someone's eye doesn't get slashed out or something, or whatever they do. That thing here, so that it tells you if you're bad or not. You got to have the security guards. So she trains the security guards. Instead of buying them, rent a security guard, she trains them. She has them hired, and then she has her guy who's a New York State certified security trainer train them. That way she trusts him. The people are good. You're not renting. It's not a rent-a-cop type of person. And there was like a new law or new commissioner or something, say commissioner, and suddenly said you cannot, all of a sudden this was invalid because you have to have them trained at an authorized training facility, right? There's only like a few training facility, has to be trained in an authorized training facility. One second. Noisy over there. So I don't even know if she's hearing this. She'll laugh at this. I'll probably butcher the story. Oh, hopefully I'm saying the story right. But listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to that. So all of a sudden they take away they say your security guards aren't licensed. You didn't have them taught or whatever at the security. So what did she do? She freaking went through whatever it took to make the bar a certified classroom. And she's like, now there's only like 3 certified classrooms in like a 50-mile radius or whatever. There's like one at a school, there's one another, and then our bar. So she actually went through the motions as like pretty much an FU. I'm going to make the freaking bar a New York State certified security license place, and then had it done there. I thought that was incredible. I thought that was amazing thinking. Oh, this is a good quote. John Hayes with a good quote. Being resourceful is more important than having resources. That's excellent. How many times have you seen a business owner or someone open it? I don't even call them business owners, where they open a business on daddy's money or mommy's money, and they dump so much money into it, and it looks like it's just going to be a super thriving business, but they just tank it. The money just burns through, everything bombs. Because anyone with money, like John says right here, being resourceful is way more important than actually having the resources. You can do so much with so little. And I think back, like the best things I've done, the biggest things I've done have almost always been a result of having to do with very little, very little time, very little money, very little resources of some fashion. And you have to make it work with what you have. I like to limit myself in many ways all day, like to strip things out. It's why I won't freaking barely use Twitter, because I know I'll get freaking stuck on another social media platform. Limiting yourself and trying to figure out problems with what you have, because it's easy to just throw money at things. When you have money to spend, it's easy to just throw money at things. So you got camera gear, I can buy the freaking biggest camera. It doesn't mean it's going to come out great. You would be surprised. My cameras, I get compliments all the time. It's not the best right now because my lighting was set up in a jiffy, but people all the time, what cameras, how do you do? What kind of camera do you use? And it's in the settings. It's in knowing how to use that tool. It's not, the camera isn't going to get it the way you like. It's in the settings. It's how to use that tool. You can do almost anything you want with very little resources. I hope you guys agree with that. Jim Juris, good to see you. That says that's the difference between business owners and employees. Yeah, I don't even like to consider people like that a business owner. I really don't, because to me, a business owner is someone who's gone through those times, those struggles, and has made it work. Wait, here's a funny one. This was in my inbox. This is really funny. You 9x12ers will like this. How do I bring this to the top? Like this. I guess you can see. And the thing is hard to read. I couldn't really reformat it, but she sold 9x12 ad space. It was an HVAC guy. She sold Shannon, her name is. She sold an HVAC. Why can't I bring this up? Oh, because freaking phone calls. I can't bring the thing up. There it is. I don't know if you can read that on screen, but it's hilarious. Someone came to her house selling HVAC things. It was someone it was like a retired HVAC guy starting up again or something. And he was handing out flyers, and she sold them at 9x12 ad space. She was in her freaking, she said she probably saw her granny panties a couple times wherever she had a cigarette and stuff, and still sold an ad. I thought that was hilarious. I like to reiterate a story that, who was it? Rachel Callagy, I think. Rachel Callagy, if you recall her name in our group. She was wearing like a business suit or something. And I think I was like, Rachel, you got to take that freaking business suit off. You can't be going around these business owners with this freaking suit on and stuff. And she said one day, it was like a Saturday, and she put on her college sweatshirt. She said, I put my old college sweat, like 20-year-old college sweatshirt on. So I sold 5-6 ads that day. They connected with her. Instead of looking like a rep, like a freaking sales rep, you look like the business owner. What's Corey say? Oh, okay. That's good, Corey. See how you Californians, what's it like 8 a.m. over there? Sun's still rising. Did you get your surfing done before? Bruh, this thing or whatever they do. Don't they do that? The surfers. Yeah, this.
There you go.
Bruh. Bruh. And the seashell. And the wetsuit. Or the wax. You got to wax the board off.
I think it's like 9 every day.
Close enough. It depends on how the waves are. The crest or whatever they call it. The break. The surf. I want to hear some more good stories. I have a ton. I couldn't even begin to tell you how many. Did you guys see my email the other day with the WIC check? I talked about that one. The freaking WIC check. Fortunately, I have not been broke in a long time. But, you know, as business owners, we know. You should know. You should never forget that you could go broke at any time. Something could happen. Something devastating could happen. You could freaking get divorced or whatever. Catch with that side hoe. Divorced, get sued into oblivion, you know, some economic disaster, COVID-2. What's that one? Ebola. You never know what could happen. Things could go haywire real fast. And as business owners, we have to be prepared to take on whatever comes our way. But never forget the times that were tough. So I like remembering the times I had to use that freaking WIC check. That was right after I lost my sales job. My daughter was little, using them freaking WIC checks, just starting up my remodeling business. Freaking embarrassing, all embarrassed and stuff. The freaking WIC check, the giant check, holding up the line. Everyone sees you. Cable got shut off. And just because you have money too doesn't mean you're good with it. You guys know Dan Kennedy, one of his famous stories. He was doing like a seminar, like a workshop, and his car was repoed. I mean, here's like one of the top marketing people in existence, and his car is getting repoed while he's at a workshop. Everyone's watching his car get repoed, and it may not be that he wasn't successful, because I think Gary Halbert, greatest copywriter, the guy was broke all the time. Like it's that not everyone has good money management. And sometimes being a business owner, you don't always have the best money management. I'm not the best at money management, but if we have the ability to generate money on demand, that's to me, that's all that it takes. If I need a freaking new kitchen, I go do whatever it takes to go get a new kitchen. I go sell X amount of things or whatever. That's how, in my mind, that's how it works. We have to be resourceful. 10:30 a.m. It's not 9. Jay said it's 9. It's 10:30 a.m. there. He lives there. He lives in California.
My brain was like 3 hours, and my brain was like, it's noon.
No.
10:30.
Oh, see? No surfing for him, brah. The waves weren't cresting well enough. The wax wasn't holding. Do I do it right? This one?
No,
This one. See? Honorary Californian. What's Joey say? When I started my sales career selling insurance, I ran a booth at a local flea market and would yell at people asking if they needed any help with their health insurance. Well, hey, you've got to do something that everyone else isn't doing. It's happy hour at 10 a.m. I don't even know what time happy hour is. 5 o'clock or something. So when you have a bunch of kids, you don't get to go out and drink. What time is happy hour? 4, 5? Isn't it like when you go out after work and then you have drinks after work?
I think it's
5?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
5 o'clock somewhere, right. Jesus Christ. Not to knock anyone, but like I enjoy social drinking, but to go, you come home from work, don't your freaking wives kill you? Like you're at the bar drinking? Shouldn't you be home? I'm probably just want to piss people off, but holy crap. So you're supposed to drink after, not before. You could drive like this home. Yeah, I'll make it out there someday. Oh, it's right now. But I don't even understand, dude. It's like some California slang. Floridians. Oh, here was a good one. Sarah's in the back. She's helping. How much time does she have? Is she here for an hour? Will she get? Do you know? 1:30.
How long is it?
Oh, she's gonna have to go soon. Yeah, so you're gonna have to pick up the slack on that other.
I still have all of
It's all right. We'll get it done. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, the one time I accidentally. This is a very rare occurrence. So don't. So trust me. Put your faith in me for your man. It's a very rare occurrence. But years ago, I realized after we had delivered mail postcard campaigns for someone, and it was going to the wrong place. We had put the wrong labels. So it was all prepared right, but I had put the wrong labels on, cheating the system. You know, I have these systems and you think you can cheat them for a little bit and you end up making a mistake like this. And then we realized it after. I'm like, oh crap. Thank God. Luckily, we knew good relationship with the girl postal clerk, and we ended up calling her incessantly, and she was in the Burger King line. This is after they closed, and we're like, we have to get there. And she managed to like race back to the post office, and we went in the back and freaking pulled out all the packages and tore through everything and tried to find these things and had to relabel them right before the pickup. And the guy came to pick up the packages like as we were done. Like would have been an epic disaster. That was an epic disaster. Just bring the wife. Oh, I thought you were gonna say bring the kids and leave the wife home. The problem is we leave the freaking kid. They don't watch the little baby goes to freaking sleep, and then if she gets a nap, and then she's up all night. Annoying. Oh, I don't know. She ain't gonna go to the freaking. I wish she would. I wish. Then you could freaking drive home all drunk and stuff. I don't know, get a ticket. He told everyone they were taking his car to wash. Tips are free. I had an employee too, a good employee who's a manager of mine, and his car got repoed right in our freaking back parking lot. It got repoed while everyone was there. Yeah. Oh Lord, they freaking took it all. They had to dump all his stuff. It was this Cadillac or something. It was like this blue Cadillac. It was so stupid, and they repoed it. They repoed it right in the back. Right in the back parking lot in front. Everyone's all out there to see the commotion. And his car's getting repoed. Told everyone they were taking his car to wash it, and they went out and tipped the repo man. Yeah, they're just washing it. I love that stuff. We've all been there. I think a lot of people don't want to admit the things that they've been through. Wait, what is this? Someone said, oh, I can't say that. It's a bad word. Crap. Yeah, I can't share that one. I'll get freaking yanked on YouTube. But there was something important that I was supposed to say. I really appreciate you guys showing up on the show. I really appreciate it a ton. If you have a story of challenging times, of difficulty, of problems that you've overcome, please share it. I have a ton, but I don't want to be talking about myself all day. I did also want to mention, wait, where is it? Sorry, I'm not the most super prepared. I try. Yeah, I wanted to mention this. Can I bring this up? I learned a lot from this guy. He looks like a freaking piece of crap, and he kind of was, but he was when I was in sales. He's dead now. He's died, unfortunately. Well, you know, it's sad, but his name is Tony Darmetco. Freaking Italian guy. He's from Troy, New York, but he was a really great salesperson. He was an amazing salesperson. He was selling he was making 5,000. I was his manager. So they gave me this district in Albany. No one knew me there, but I was like where I am, like 90 miles away. I was the top guy, and they ended up they ended up making the manager out there my sales. Like I took his position. That was not good. I was like 26 at the time or something. So, and this guy, Tony D, did not like me. But we ended up being very good friends after work friends or whatever. But he had 5,000. Yeah, he was making $5,000 every single week, commissions, like taking home $5,000. He was always sleeping in his car. By the end of the month, he was sleeping in the cars, or beginning of the month, because he'd never pay his rent. His landlord was always kicking him out. He would take his money and go right to the horse track. He would go right to the track, blow it all. Sometimes he'd come to work with more money, and there was good weeks, but otherwise he was just continuously broke. Hookers, all everything. That was a hairpiece he was wearing. But I learned something from him, and I just want to share it with you because he's just a funny guy. He taught me something that was pretty epic, and that was that the worst they can say is no. So I wanted to share that with you. He just said, Jake said, the worst, I ask anything. He goes, the worst they could say is no. He was such a good salesperson. You knew he was slimy. I mean, he was that Italian, like, car salesman type guy. He was prior, I think most of his life, he was a car salesman, but he continuously sold. And despite this slimy appearance, nature, but he just was not afraid to ask anything. And that was something that stuck with me and has always stuck with me, is that you can never be afraid to just ask for something. If you are people will do things if you ask. Like, don't be afraid to ask for the sale. Don't be afraid to ask for, if you're dealing, like John was saying, with a vendor, you can't afford something, you need some kind of supplies, you need something, ask. It's not groveling. It's not like asking. Just ask, explain your situation to people. People are reasonable. If you can't see something working, ask people, can you make it work? Can we make something work here? I really need this. I really need that. If you are talking with business owners, don't be honest with them. Tell them you are trying to get an HVAC person on your card or whatever. You would love to go to them instead of having to go to the others. If you don't mind saving me the time and hassle of talking to the other HVAC companies, I don't mind giving you a break on the price. It saves me time. That is an honest, super honest, upfront, clear, direct way to talk to a business owner and offer them a discount without being slimy. Be honest. Everyone wants to, especially if you're in sales in some capacity, you want to be. It's like not being honest is the thing. Just be honest. Just be upfront and direct. Ask. Be direct. Don't be afraid of that. Honesty is better. You don't have to make up stories. You don't have to embellish things. Just be honest. Just be clear, direct. You'll get more done, and you don't have to worry about being a freaking slime bag. When you think your car was stolen because you forgot where you parked, cops find it around the corner. I'm not getting this. My brain is toast. I mean, it sounds funny, but I'm not getting it. Is this a joke or is it true? Like, I can't tell if that's a true story. My brain is so fried right now. All these freaking mailings. I want to say it's a joke, but I don't know. Or is it something you do when you go to the bar? Do you put it around the corner so the cop doesn't see you? Maybe I'm not in on the procedures. Maybe we went to the bar. Sarah probably can't hear me. When we go to this freaking bar, I don't go to bars much, but we go to the freaking bar, the Galleria, and I'm freaking trashed. Like, I get drunk really fast, and I'm absolutely, like, completely wasted. And the bar owner tells me, he's like, Jake, he's like, I just want you to know there's a cop right down the street, so you got to drive some. And I was with Sarah. I'm like, did you think I was going to drive home like this? Like, I would drive right off a cliff. Like, I wouldn't make it 10 feet. I'm like, Sarah's driving. He's like, yeah, there's a cop right over there. So, like, did you really think I was going to drive home in this condition? What? What is that? When you go in there, try to submit it again. Okay. If it lets you submit it, yeah, correct. That's probably what happened. It probably wasn't submitted. BMU postal permit stuff. Sometimes the best thing to say is no. Yeah, lots of time waste. Exactly. How about I'll get back to you? I'll think about it. Was this yes, no? You want yes, no? I'll move on. Encyclopedias. My grandmother had one of those. The Britannica. That must have been the big expensive one. It was even the name sounds fancy. The Britannica had an extra I in there too, I think. The Britannica. Father of the grown couple I'd. Oh my God. I've had cops called. Yeah, those harken to days that I was not signing, please. I hope you guys had a good time. I'm probably gonna shut it down. My freaking voice is freaking losing my voice. I hope you guys had a good time. I love these stories. I'm missing Scott Meiser. I'm missing Tim Black. They're all out there selling deals. You did submit it?
Yeah. I don't know where.
All right. So what you can do actually is print the yeah, it looks weird, but you can print it. Just hit Control P or Command P or whatever. It'll print it. It looks strange, but it's all we need is the weight and the piece number. That's really all we need. It just looks weird. It's a weird page. Hope you had a great time, guys. Hope you enjoyed these stories, and I enjoyed hearing your stories. I don't know what we'll share on next week's, but I have some great YouTube videos coming out too that I have to wrap up. And I have a new product also that I have to finish up that you guys are going to absolutely love. I have lots of good stuff. It's great to see all of you. I will see you next Wednesday, 1 p.m. Have a great day, guys. Go sell some deals for me.